Tick-tock, tick-tock, tick-tock. The very loud, annoying clock behind me has been ticking and talking for the past 3 hours, and I can't bear it. The temple was completely empty, except for the priest, my dad, and me. The priest had been there the whole entire day, but my dad and I were asked to volunteer for 3 hours. Just 3 hours. Sitting in a chair, a desk in front of me with a bunch of Indian religious books waiting to be bought. The only way to entertain myself was to pick up one of these books and act like I understood what I was reading. Definitely not the greatest 3 hours of my life. But one thing I did learn from this experience was how impatient I was. And this can be seen in society. Many people are impatient because of various reasons. It could be because you died at that last part in that level in Geometry Dash, or because some guy was crossing lanes in the traffic jam, making you wait another hour. How many of you have volunteered before? A lot of people. Have any of you had that feeling of running out and quitting the first day itself? Yes, everyone has that feeling. The first day is definitely the hardest. Why? Because you have no idea what's going on. And whenever something slow happens, you want it to go much faster. And then you start looking at the clock. After surviving the first day patiently, maybe the second, the third, and the future days become very easy. Because you start to understand the routine, and you notice that there are actually some points where you can sneak out your phone and text your friends, "Help me!" Not only does volunteering help develop your patience, it helps improve your communication skills. Many teenagers these days only volunteer for their college requirements, and they don't notice that they're actually improving on many of their skills. One of these would be their communication skills. Communicating is very important in the real world, and volunteering is definitely a great asset for this. Though volunteering does sound very boring, some of you have never actually had that first-hand experience, but I know one person in my family who has, my brother. He worked at the Central State Hospital for his college requirements, and when I asked him, how was your experience there? He said that his first day was the worst. But then he told me throughout his career volunteering, he learned many new things, he started to understand more, and he started to learn how to communicate, and he made a lot of new friends. And one of the other skills that he learned was that he changed his attitude. His attitude was very negative towards me especially, because he hates me. But then he started to notice that there are actually a lot more negative people out in society. There are two categories of people. There are very positive people, which I'm pretty sure all of you here, and there are also very negative people, like my brother. But then he started to change through this volunteering. He started to become more positive, and he became very respectful to others. Many people think that coaching for a Little League baseball game is not the same thing as volunteering to be a helper at a homeless shelter. Well, they're partially correct. Definitely, helping at a homeless shelter is way more important, but who cares? You're volunteering in some way, and you're helping society or the earth in some way. According to National and Community Service, 22.5% of residents in New Jersey volunteer. This number needs to rise. And why? Because volunteering gives you that sense of satisfaction. It helps improve your communication skills, and it definitely makes you a very patient person, which won't make you restless when you hear the tick-tock, tick-tock, tick-tock.